Hey folks, hope you're doing well. So we're posting this video because this has been weird this week. It's been weird on us out that we've not had a new video each day. Because for so long we've had at least one video every single day going live on YouTube, and we've not had that for the last week as we went dark. And we have a Notey news video which will explain why we went dark in more detail. But essentially we're going backwards and forward. But we decided on our Sunday to record this video because we've been very conscious of no content on YouTube. So we want to post this Notey News, basically talking about Forge Your gameplay and future plans for Ark, and what Ark actually is as well. Where we are with Forge Your gameplay at the moment is we have recorded new content and we are all building up, we want to get at least about 2 weeks of content, stuff like that for Forger. So currently working that out. But we have, as you saw from recent videos, we had worked out a new format for the video. We had to highlight and then show image the actual content, and then post me segment at the end that wrapped up the video. So the post me segment, we want an image in the background, and that image is easy enough to figure out. There's a large amount of screenshots we already have for this game, and real cool screenshots there. So the screenshot and the post me might not actually be related to the actual game. The actual content you've just seen, that would just be a random Ark screenshot probably. But the intro image at the start, that graphic, is very, very important because that's going to be the thumbnail of the video as well. So it's going to be the thumbnail and the intro image, so we need to get that image right, and we're at a creative block on that at the moment. We know the information we want to put on it, we just don't know the layout of it and the style of the image that we're doing as well, so we don't know that. So we're currently working our way through that. We haven't got to that moment. Yes, that's it, that's what we need to do. We're working through, and we've got some ideas, but we haven't got to that's that moment right now, and we're working through that. So that's what's holding us up at the moment. But I would imagine by the end of the month, it's currently the 4th of September, but definitely by the end of the month, we should have resumed posting new content, I would hope. Certainly by then. Also in the future as well, we're actually producing basically a 45-minute to an hour episode of television. That's what we're looking to do, and we're doing it ourselves. Because we edit it, we create the graphics, we also record the content as well. So we're essentially producing a 45-minute to an hour episode of television ourselves. And we do that while we work on our business as well. So it's a lot. It takes a lot for us to do that. So yeah, we're actually thinking in future, we are going with a less is more approach to our YouTube. And in future, it might be a video every second day instead of every day. So we're looking at possibly doing that. It's just a thought process I've had recently. In the last week I've been thinking of that. I'm still not 100% sure. I would prefer to do one a day, a new video every day, but at the same time, it's not exactly easy to produce a 45-minute to an hour episode there as well. But we'll see how things go, and we'll figure that out as we go along. Right, so that's where we are. There, we have recorded new content, we're just figuring out that image side. As for future plans, but before we get to that, we need to explain more about Ark Survival Evolved because it can be difficult to do that. We need to jump forward here because we're actually away from the computer at the moment, and you're not seeing anything. Yeah, so when we first got this game, we got it for free, and we just dove right in without thinking, basically. We spawned into the island, and we had no clue what the hell was going on. We didn't really know what we were to do or anything. We just dove right in and figured it out as we went along. We're at a point now where we actually understand what we need to do. So essentially what you do is, there's 3 obelisks in the map. Each obelisk has a terminal. There's a red, a green, and a blue. And there's 3 levels of bosses. There's basically 3 bosses there's a boss in each of the obelisks, and you can call that boss. But there's 3 levels to that boss. There's an easy, medium, and a hard. There's different items that you have to get to actually summon the boss, because you summon the boss, you get transported to the boss, and then you fight the boss, and you beat the boss. and that's how you prove your worth so you can ascend off that island. And if you think about Ark, Noah's Ark, God and everything in that, so you're basically ascending off the islands. That's what it is. That's what the game is. You have to go to these obelisks if you want to ascend off the map that you're currently playing at that time. So that's what you do. So my thought process was that it was basically a survivor game with dinosaurs originally. It's so much more than that. It is that, but it's so much more than that. So you want to build up an army of dinosaurs, go to the obelisk, and then call the boss, get transported to the boss, defeat the boss, and you have to do that 3 times. Now there's 3 different levels. My understanding is you don't have to complete all 3 levels like easy, medium, hard, the boss to ascend. You only have to complete easy, and you can ascend at the easy level. I can go to the 3 obelisks and do the easy version of the boss, and you can ascend that way, or you can do it medium, or you can do it hard. You don't have to do all 3 levels, so basically beat those all 3 bosses 9 times and win 9 battles, like boss battles basically. You don't have to do that. You don't have to win 3 boss battles in each of the boss one time. I believe that's what you have to do, but I've never done a boss battle. And that's what brings me to why I'm not going to do the bosses on Forger. Because obviously, if you're proving your worth and you're being ascended and you were spawned into the map and the dinosaurs are spawned into the map as well, then clearly someone is controlling all this. And that's where the story arcs come in. There's actually 6 story arcs. There's the island, then Scorched Earth, then Aberration, then Extinction, then Genesis Part 1 and Genesis Part 2. Now, when it comes to the custom arcs, the one we're playing for, you've got Ragnarok, you've got Valhalla. We're going to jump forward here because this was actually a really good part. We didn't want to show you that right now. You'll see that in future. So, yeah, you've got custom arcs. And when it comes to the custom arcs, the bosses of the obelisks, some of them have brand new bosses, I believe, but some of them essentially take the bosses from the story arcs and put them into the game there. Because when it comes to the custom arcs were actually created by the player base, because there's a massive player base for this game. It's been around for about 7 years, this game, I believe. So there's a massive player base, and there's an ability to make mods for this game. And that's what the custom arcs are. They were basically mods that are made by people who played the game. And the developers have shown respect to the mod by actually adding it to the game as a free map for people to download as well. So it's very cool fun. Very, very cool fun. Yeah. So because of that, we don't actually want to show the first time with the bosses out with the story arcs, because obviously the story arcs is going to guide us through the story of the game, and actually who sent us the map, why we're on this map, why the dinosaurs are there, and why we're having to prove our worth and send off there. So the very first time we do that, we want to do it in story arcs and not in a custom arc, is basically what we're trying to say. So yeah, I think that's fair. So when it comes to the Forger gameplay, we are going to be continuing playing it, and we're going to be showing you more of Forger. And we're going to go get around and we're going to show you different dinosaurs in there. But Forger Season 1 was a test run, basically, there for this game and what we were going to do. So yeah, that's what Forger is going to be. There will be a Season 2 Forger in future, where we do a solo run on there, where we start with a brand new character and we show you the game, the bosses and everything in the future. But for the Forger gameplay here, at some point we're going to stop playing it, but there is going to be more gameplay for this, and we're going to show you a lot more fun stuff, including the dragon that's on the map as well, who will probably murder us in a big deal. But you will get to see the dragon on this map at some point, and you'll see other areas of the map and stuff like that as well. So yeah, but in future what we're going to be doing, as I said, there's going to be seasons, but there's actually a wide variety of things that we can do. There's 2 types of seasons. There's the solo map, and then there's all maps, or multi-map. Yeah, solo maps or multi-map is what it's going to be. We're still fine-tuning the wording, but essentially what we're thinking is, because there's something you can do at the obelisk, and this is something else you can do, and it's a really, really cool thing, because we actually thought you would have to go to each map and start a brand new character. And the thing with the character is, it's very important to save beforehand, is there's a limit on the level of the character. You were seeing in the crafting side of things, There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can craft, massive amount of stuff that you can unlock and craft in this game. But there's actually a limit in what you can unlock because you need to use Engram points that you get when you actually level up. Each new level will give you new Engram points. So you can craft stuff there, but at the same time, there's a limit in what you can actually craft because there's only so many points and there's a limit on your level. It's 105, and that means you don't have enough points to unlock every single thing that you can craft. So you have to be very picky about what you actually unlock as well. So there's that element of the game too, about what you want to actually build as well. So you have to think about that. Also, you have the ascending of the side, the boss battles you can do, or you can just do the survival thing and build up an army of dinosaurs to protect you. There's a variety of different ways you can do it. So you have the solo map experience, where you can actually just go to one map and start with a brand new character. Or you can do this, and this is something we might do in future as well, but it's going to be a very long season if we do this. You can go to the island, start a brand new character, build it all the way up, get dinosaurs tamed, get your dinosaur army, get a load of cool items from drop boxes and stuff like that as well, because you can get, there's different levels of item as well, and then you can actually go to a terminal and an obelisk, and you can actually upload dinosaurs to the server, and you can upload items to the server. So for example, say in my Ragnarok gameplay, I have a better version of the long rifle. It's not I can't remember the exact version of it. It's not like the top level or anything like that. It's like the second level. It's one level above the normal one, I think, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But it's a better version of the rifle that I have, and it's the best version I've got right now, because I haven't played for consistently enough to get the bigger versions right now. So yeah, we're just giving ourselves a haircut and trimming a beard at the moment, which gives us free hair as well. So yeah, you can do that. You can actually go to the upload your items and everything and that, and upload your dinosaurs. So for an example's sake, you can go to the island, create a character, build it up, get cool items, get really cool dinosaurs, like a really cool Argentavis, for example. Go to your terminal, upload the Argentavis to it, upload your cool items, whatever they may be, then upload your character, exit to the main menu, then go to the second map in the story arc, which is Scorched Earth. Then you on the setup stage screen for that map, you can actually download your character from the server. Then you can go into the map, spawn into the map. But before you can actually you can't download your dinosaurs or the items from that starting screen. You can only download your survivor. You would have to go to a terminal and an obelisk to download your dinosaurs and your items as well. But you can do that. There, that's a thing that you can do. You have to survive until there as well. So essentially, you can go through a variety of maps with that same one character as well. There's so many different options how we can do it. We can actually do our story arcs in one season with one character if we want to, or we can just do a solo map with a brand new character and build it up from scratch as well. And that's most likely what we're probably going to do for the first season of each map that we show you. I think that's what we're going to do anyway. But there's always a season in future where we can actually do multiple maps. We can maybe do custom maps. Maybe we'll go to Ragnarok, build up a character there, then go over to Crystal Islands or the centre with that same character there. So there's basically multi-map seasons and solo seasons as well. There's a large variety of different things that we can do with it as well. It's actually going to be very exciting going forward, actually. I think I'm really excited about going forward with this game because I really enjoy the game. Yeah, so that's where we are with Forge Run at the moment. We're stuck in the creatively on the image, and at top of that, we are planning seasons, planning out what we're doing in the future, and I would say by the end of the month, we would definitely have new content in our YouTube. And most likely, the reason why I got distracted there is because I accidentally whistled, and all my dinosaur came running towards me. I didn't mean to do that, because you can actually whistle and control your dinosaurs that way, which is something I've started to do recently more and more. So yeah, it's kind of funny. This is me trying to figure out how to sort it all out, because I'm trying to figure out how to do the whistling here, because it's not something I've actually done up until this point. It's forced me to figure out what's when in the game, how to use that. So yeah, anyway, that's the future plans with the Ark Survivor. When it comes to Dead by Daylight, I have uninstalled the game. I can understand if someone subscribed for Dead by Daylight content. I can understand if you unsubscribe and move on. But I think the Ark Survival Evolved is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a large variety of different options to have. I am really good at coming up with different style of gameplays. So yeah, I think that's going to be exciting in the future, and that's where we're at right now. But we'll try and get new content to you as fast as possible. But at the same time, we are producing about a 45-minute to an hour episode of television here, and we're trying to do that in a way where we can upload one video a day. So that's like 7 episodes of television a week we're trying to do. And we're trying to do that 365 days a year. That is the right amount of days in a year. I just boldly went with that. I'm pretty sure I'm right in that. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot to actually do at the moment. So yeah, that's where we're at. I keep going back and forth because I keep feel like in my mind there's something I've forgotten to say. I feel like there's something I've forgotten to say. And later on, I'm just going to be sitting and I'm going to be eating my dinner and I'm going to be enjoying it. And all of a sudden, I'm going to drop a knife in disgust because I completely forgot to say something. It's what's going to happen. But I don't know. I've talked about it. Yeah, Forge where we're at. I talked about the image being realistic and that. I talked about the obelisk and uploading the other different options. And I mentioned Dead by Daylight uninstalled as well. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. We're not going to be playing the PvP side. There'll always be PvE. That's something we probably should add as well, but it wasn't. It's only just something I just thought of right now. I was trying to run through my mind if there was something else. That's something else that I needed to say. I mentioned about Forger gameplay. We're going to go play the bosses because we want there. Maybe that's the thing I didn't quite say. I did mention about the Forger gameplay, didn't I? But we're not going to be doing the bosses because the first time we take on the bosses, we want to be basically part of the story arc, because obviously there's a whole story on why we're being spawned into the map and why we have to prove our worth by ascending, by being bosses. So in the Dinosaur Respawn, so clearly there's a story that's part of the story arc, so we want to do that for the first time on the story arc, which makes sense. Plus there's a mod side of the game and people use the bosses from the story arcs in the mods and maps that they're created. There are some mod maps that actually have their own original bosses, but for the most part, I think I'm not entirely sure about that. I know some maps do use bosses from the story arcs, so the first time we play it there, so that's one thing we wanted to say, but I think I've already said that. And everything I wanted to say, that's something else I didn't want to say. It's more there. This game is massive. It's like 480 gigabyte of space this game is taking up on my hard drive. So I was starting to struggle with space there, and I was thinking there's actually a mod map, I believe, where you can actually travel around planets, different planets, instead of just one map on a planet. Basically, you can actually go around different maps. It's apparently a big, massive map, but I thought there was absolutely no way I could download that mapping feature and play it because I don't know much about that map there. I briefly heard something about it there. I'm still finding more information about it, but I felt when I heard that, I was like, I dismissed it because there's no way I felt like I could download it there because I've got a 1 terabyte D drive and I have my 3D work on there. I have a lot of stuff, different stuff there related to Unreal Engine as well in future if I ever get around to running that. And we have our obviously our streaming stuff on there, and we have our 3D library in there. We're basically taking up a lot of space in there, but we tried something out the other day there. We have a 4 terabyte external hard drive. It's not a S drive, solid state drive, external hard drive. So we moved basically Ark Survival over to that. We didn't think it would actually work that well. It turned out it does actually work very well from external hard drive, and that was actually really good because it's a 4 terabyte external hard drive. So that was just a thing there. This game, once you install it, you can actually move it easily in Steam over to an external hard drive and play it from there. That's something I'm doing myself there. So it was just a bit of information for anyone that's planning to play the game at some point and is put off about the size, put off with the size of the game, because it is a massive amount of space. This game, admittedly, when I first saw it free, I almost didn't download it because I thought that's too big there. But I'm glad I did because I love this game. It's a lot of fun and there's a lot of great options. And if you like the sound of the options and the potential gameplay I'm going to be showing in the future, then please like the video. And if you would like to see that content in the future, then please subscribe for future content. And until next time.